Alright everyone, so here we show arriving at the GTAExotics mansion. Sorry about my hand there. Okay, before we go ahead, I'll tell you really quickly to preface the whole video. This is just my personal footage. I never recorded with the intent of making a YouTube video, but I've had so much fun two occasions. I want to record it, so I apologize for shaky cameras and stuff. You will see that through the video. I apologize. Anyways, but this is us arriving. This is early in the morning. It was a foggy morning. It was actually October 20th, 2019, I think it was, or 18th, something like that. And you can see the helipad out here, the mansion. The helipad, I've actually seen YouTube videos where they use that helipad, which is pretty cool. And here's the lineup of cars. So this is not the entire fleet. They picked the 5 or 6 cars we drive on that day, but these are the cars they picked for us. And look at that. I mean, come on. How cool is that, really? Look at those cars there. We get to drive every single one of those. I'll explain a little more. This is me and my friend Jason. He's my longtime friend, so he came with me. He's a car guy too, so we both went out there. Here's some quick video shots of all the cars here. Just look at the lineup and all the cool cars they have. So here we have 458 Italia. This is the oldest car that's here, a McLaren 650S. We have a Porsche 911 GT3 RS, Porsche. Lamborghini Huracan, Acura NSX, and last, Nissan GTR. Alright, so while there's some clips here of us driving, let me just explain the whole process. So you go out, you pay your fees, and you get on the road. And when you're on the road, you drive for approximately half hour. It is a 6-hour experience. You notice the guy on the motorcycle. So he's your safety guy, and I believe he's the owner too, and he kind of rides around and he rides up ahead, make sure traffic's clear. Anyways, you drive for about a half hour, and then you swap with the person beside you. So if you go with someone, you'll be in the car with that person you know. If not, you'll be in there with a stranger, and you drive for about a half hour, swap, drive again another half hour, then swap to a different car. So you do get to drive every single car, and you do get an experience as a driver and a passenger. And it's pretty cool. It's pretty fun, as you can see here. Lots of cars, talking some of the best cars in the world. So it really is a lot of fun. It was a nice fall day. It looked beautiful. So this is the first car we drove here, the McLaren 650S. 641 horsepower, 500 foot-pounds of torque, 0 to 60 in 3 seconds. Yeah, look at that. Nice gullwing doors there. When we first drove this car, me and my friend described it kind of like a sledgehammer. It hits you. The power is just so brutal and so it's so aggressive and nice. You'll hear sounds. I try to get sounds for every car, so you'll hear that. I won't even talk during those. You may hear us banter a bit. Again, sorry about the shaky cam. My apologies. This is just personal footage, but this is the inside of the car. What it looks like. Beautiful car, well built. No leg room at all. Like my feet. I didn't have anywhere for my left leg. Oh, what a sound, eh? Oh. Next up is the Porsche 911 GT3 RS, 490 horsepower, 346 foot-pounds of torque, 0 to 63.4 seconds. What a difference this was to the McLaren. The McLaren, like I said, was like a sledgehammer, just power right on you. This is like a scalpel, very precise. You turn the wheel, even the slice movements, and you can feel the road and the handling and everything of the car. It's completely different machines, but also quick, right off the line. It was amazing to drive. In the video, you're going to hear one point where Jason, my friend, said, take it easy there. I just want to explain that too, that we were accelerating a bit. We had a little spot where we can accelerate. And while we were doing that, someone was looking to make a left turn from the opposing lane and nearly drove in front of my incoming car. So, when you see that there.
Complete with drink holder,
camera street.
Yeah, this matches me, man. I know. It's like I know how to drive this car already.
Yep. Next up was the Lamborghini Huracan, 602 horsepower, 413 foot-pounds of torque, 0 to 60 in 2.5 seconds. I'll tell you right off the bat, if not for one thing, look at that engine. This was my favorite car. I loved everything about this car. The driving, the handling, the feel of it, even the comfort inside, the layout of the interior and that kind of like jet fighter cockpit feel. I love everything about this car. Even when you look at the back and you can see the engine is not covered like some of the other cars. I love all that. My only thing in this car is even with the seat all the way back and down, my head kept hitting the roof. No headroom whatsoever. You know, you think for a big guy like me, it'd be size would be the issue, but no, it's height that was the issue for me in this car. You'll see I'm slouched over in the picture. See, look at that. Now's a good time.
Yeah. Oh, fuck. Yeah. Jeez, man.
Next up is the Acura NSX, 573 horsepower, 476 foot-pounds of torque. So taking into account the electric motors, and there's 0 to 60 in 2.9 seconds. Look at that little V6 there, 3.5 liter if I remember. This is a great car to drive. This is actually one of the most livable cars, in my opinion, there as a daily driver you could. But there was something off about it. I like the silver in the interior there and stuff, but it just felt very like Acura part spin, and that's not a bad thing necessarily. It's just it didn't feel as exotic as some of the other cars. But that being said, it still is a very nice car. It's still great interior. Still drove very well. Still a lot of fun. So I enjoyed it because he looks very nice. Nice center console there. There's the car kind of driving around. And headroom. So that's a plus. Next up was our meal. So we did a stop at Paddock Mortar Club where they had driving simulators, some cars and displays you can see here, and we got a nice meal. And that meal is included in when you purchase the event and stuff. It was a nice place. You can see some nice cars here, very clean, very professional, nice people. Yeah, it was like a lot of fun. You can see some really nice classic cars here, and this really crazy Lamborghini Espada kind of crazy looking car over here. So yeah, a lot of fun, nice meal.
I could like this car a lot. Dude, there was one selling at one point for 59,000.
Oh, that's cheap.
Yeah, man. I was like, oh, I could trade my STI in and get it right away. And I'm like, nah, I don't know.
These are nice cars. That would have been good.
I love standard, man.
I know. So why the clip at the beginning? Well, funny story is earlier this year, Jason went and actually bought a black Nissan GTR himself, which is awesome. That's some crazy foreshadowing there, us talking about it and everything, and then he actually went and bought it. I think that's pretty cool. Even with the lack of stick shift, his STI has a stick shift. He's always been a guy to drive stick. He still went with it, and he loves it. He loves that car. It's amazing. Now, I'm not sure of the year, and I know the power in the GTR changed over the years, but I believe this is I'm sure it's after 2017. You can tell by the front grille and stuff. So I believe it's 565 horsepower, 467 foot-pounds of torque, 0 to 60 in 2.7 seconds. This is another car that is actually very, very livable. Like, you could just drive this car every day. And I mean, look at Jason. He's happy there. But it is a very much an everyday drivable car, and you can take it to the track and then drive it home. Absolutely love this car. The only sucky part, and the owner did say it, is it had a aftermarket exhaust and it made the drone excessively loud. That's the only thing. And the last car we got to drive, and off of the bang, is the Ferrari 458 Italia. 562 horsepower, 398 foot-pounds of torque, 0 to 60 in 3.4 seconds. Interesting driving this car. I mean, driving a Ferrari is an experience, and man, we really loved it. I found it interesting. I didn't know this, but you learn something new. I guess in the interest of saving weight and the performance, there's no park on these cars, and there's no emergency brake. So if you're pulling over and you're stopping on an incline or something, you can't just like put it in park or or anything like that. So I found that very kind of interesting. Aside from that, though, driving the car is truly something. There's my watch. I have a Ferrari watch. Of course, I had to wear it that day, without a doubt. Yeah, and this is how we kind of closed out our whole experience. It really was something amazing, and I would do it again.
So drop back and do some rips
Yeah,
for the video.
back, right, back. Ready?
Yeah.
And there you can see the car. I know as we kind of, you know, wind down for the day after a long day of driving. We came and we parked all our cars up. This is, we pulled in and parked here, so this is us here. And you can just see all the cars in the lineup as we finished our day. Fog was gone. There was fog in the morning, as you know, but if you saw by the pictures, before we even left, the fog had all cleared up. It was a chilly day. Had to wear a little, light jacket or whatever, but still not. By midday, I had taken the jacket off. I wasn't even a worry anymore. So it was a great driving day. A little cool for the tires, and the owner did make mention of that. That be careful because it is a cooler day. But what an experience, and I loved it so much. Came home, told everyone about it, posted pictures, things like that. And then loved it so much, I went and did it again. My daughter, who is not maybe necessarily a car buff like me, she doesn't work mechanics, but she loves cars. I mean, probably no surprise. She wanted to do it, and then I ended up going and doing it again with her. So watch that. I have another video with that experience. That was only, that this was filmed October 2019, and we did it September 2020. So make sure to check that out too. But you can see our final experiences here. Just admiring these cars. It really was something. I love these cars. I love supercars in general. Um, and it was nice to get the experience and see all the different cars and how they drive and how they operate and how they feel and their pros and their cons and things like that. So if you're ever in Ontario and stuff, definitely something to check out in Southern Ontario. It's in the kind of the Hamilton area. Check them out, GTAExotics. They don't know I've made this. I'm not endorsing them directly. I just had such a great time. I recommend it 100%.